Good morning, Cowboy Jim here in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada. And just Sunday morning, and just listened to Alan Jackson and Chris Christopherson and sang along, tried to sing along. I don't do such a good job of that. But I, I look forward to hearing from a lady over in the Ukraine. Her name is Olena Gneus, spelled Olena. Olena. And she has been reporting out of a basement bomb shelter. They're actually just basements in buildings that haven't been knocked down yet. And Fox News, they they have as many people on to give as fair a representation to what is going on in the Ukraine under the horror, uh, the, what the Ukrainian people are now referring to as a genocide. Sure, not a liberation. You don't liberate free people, not unless you're going to put them in subjection to you first, and then someone else come along and liberate them. But anyways, Olena Ganez has three little kids, 7, 5, and 5 months, and 2 girls, 1 boy. Her husband is out fighting in the Ukrainian. I don't know that he is a military person, but he is fighting. And Olena Ganez, always articulate, always succinct in her answers, but she can't answer some things. At the beginning of this interview that lasted about 10 minutes, at least, I think 10, she started to cry before the interview began. And then she humbly apologized, and she got her stuff together, holding on to her 5-month-old who has a breathing disorder and needs medication. And the only place to get medication is to take the risk of going out on the street and trying to acquire that medication from certain drugstores that are still open, and they're not many. This is in Kiev. 20 miles. Olena was saying that 20 miles from where she is, people, citizens, non-fighting people, women, children. Olena said the women and the children are being raped and killed by Russian armed forces who are supposedly retreating. Retreating. Well, probably just to attack over in the east and the south. Because Putin is like a juggernaut. You can turn the power off on a ship, a juggernaut, a giant ship, and you can disengage the props, the propellers. You can turn the engines down. You can literally shut them down. Not wise, but you can. And that juggernaut, that ship, because of the momentum that it has going for it, will plow on and on and on. That is kind of, as far as I'm concerned, and hey, I'm just a rancher, right? But Putin is going to plow on and on and on. I've said for some time that I question that he will ever stop at the border of Poland I know the reports that we are receiving indicate that Putin is having troubles, and he is. And that's good. He deserves, well, he does not deserve to live, and that's my own non judgmental, perhaps judgmental perspective. I just do not believe that in our history there is room for such people as Hitler and Putin. I, I just don't believe it. It's not right. I, I, I fume at what I hear politicians say, and they say one thing, and they mean two others. And I watch. I'll just go on a nominal tirade. I watch Biden speak of taking in 100,000 Polish refugees. At the same time, they say because he's knocking back on a couple of laws that were pretty easy to enforce by the border guards themselves, and he is making room in the United States of America just this year. We're not talking last year, the year before, the years when Obama was in there. Trump tightened the border up. He did everything he could, and he was very limited in what he could do because some of the conservatives did not back him. Some arrogant, semi-religious people who had formerly run for president couldn't, not a hope in hell were they ever going to win, but they resist someone whose intent is for the good of the country. So 5 to 10 million illegal immigrants will be allowed into the United States under Biden's and the Democratic blessing. And 100,000 Ukrainian people will be allowed in. It's just wrong. And we as a people have to recognize what is wrong. Women, children, raped, plundered, killed. That's wrong. Okay? Watch TV all you want. Something comes on, you don't like it, turn the channel. Same with me. You don't like what I'm saying, turn to something else. But if you want to understand what is happening, watch Fox News. I watch, I listen, I read between the lines. I thank my God that Olena Genocide is still alive. My prayer is that God will keep her alive. My prayer is that Putin will not last long. People say, well, who takes over after him could be worse. Who cares? Take a shot at it. I watch the hypocrisy of Biden, the Democratic Party, and the United States of America. I watch that hypocrisy. How many people are we Canadians taking in from the Ukraine? I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. It's probably an inconvenient consideration for Trudeau, who's probably still smarting from the two people in the NATO summit type meeting who called him out for being a lion cur dog. And he deserved it, because he is. Was then, probably will go to his death in the same ill-conceived pretense of doing what is right and not doing it at all. Biden down in the States, they say we're going to support you. Lying piece of human dung. Oh, he'll pretend. He'll pretend. But will that stop the women and children from being killed? The 20 miles from where Olena Genez is in a basement hiding with her children. Indiscriminate killing, murders by a Putin-led. Well, he's not leading them, not in person. Oh no, his skin's worth too much. But under his directorship, those, and thank God, I do not believe that all Russian soldiers are created equal. I believe that they have been given a choice to kill men, women, and children, aged, young, didn't matter, rape, plunder, kill, or not to do that. Putin himself has groups of people shooting their own Russian army who are deserting because they don't believe in Putin and they do not believe in what he is doing. And yeah, they believe in Russia as we Canadians believe in Canada. I sure don't believe in Trudeau. But people are going to try to do the right thing. But there are those whose nature is evil. Their choices are evil. They walk in those evil choices. And they are the ones who are committing genocide. And the poor interviewer, he asked Elena, do you have hope? And Elena is holding her little 5-month-old baby, and she says, of course we have hope. We all have hope. And fundamentally, Zelensky summed it up best when Biden offered him a free trip out of the country. And Zelensky said he wasn't leaving. Send us ammunition. And there's a part of the pretense that is so horrifying. Zelensky and the Ukrainian people, they're fighting. They're the ones that are. And many right-hearted mercenaries from around the world have crowded in there to help instruct and to fight. They're my heroes. Olena Genez is my hero and her little kids. Think about those little kids. Are they ever going to be... How long will it take them to forget, erase, eradicate the memories of the horror that they have known? How long has it taken Jewish people to eradicate the memories of the Holocaust? You're with me, aren't you? Okay, I know you are. I know you are. I ask for you to pray. Pray that next weekend we can watch again Olena Genez, speaking from the heart. Pray that some politicians who do not deserve to be in power because they are pretenders. They pretend to help, but they're trying their best not to help. So the United States still spends $27 million a day on Russian fuel, oil. Don't hear much about that in the news. Anyways, God bless. Sunday morning coming down. We have a choice. You can choose hope, or you can choose anything. Fear, anything. It's your choice. But if you choose hope, pray for the Ukrainian people and pray for the mothers in Russia who, and this may be a hard pill, the mothers in Russia who have lost their children in this war because Putin sent them over to liberate a people that did not wish to be liberated. Pray somehow that God will get the Ukrainian people, the Ukrainian army, the help that they need, they keep asking for. The world keeps declaring, yeah, we'll help you. It's just not quite timely right now. If you can hang on for another month. Yeah, right. Pray, children. Okay. God bless thee.